Hello, welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. My name is John Singletary.
And my name is Ramon Rowe.
We'd like to first start off by saying thank you for visiting our website at www.jfrinc.org, and we would hope that you would subscribe to this channel so that we can continue bring you issues as we are today. Today our topic is going to be Adrian Peterson and the spanking of his child, and the fact that the NFL has, in an unprecedented move, decided that they are going to suspend him for the rest of the season. It appears that he's in court, which makes it not only a double jeopardy situation unofficially, but for them to take the stance that without any probation, without any type of corrective action, counseling, that they would go as far as saying that we're going to make the decision to terminate you in effect for the rest of the year. We think that that's severe.
I mean, I think that he's gone through the justice system and pleaded no contest. That should be the end of story. He should be able to return back to work. But yeah, I think it's a severe punishment. They should. Why not say, okay, Mr. Peterson, have he had any other type of run-ins? I don't know. But unless he's been documented with the NFL, why not just say, okay, Adrian, if we're going to put you on a year probation, we're not going to kick you out. Because, matter of fact, since he's been going through this, he has not been playing any games. He's been not playing any football games. So why not just say, okay, well, you've already been punished with the amount of games you already missed.
Time served.
Time served, right? We're going to put you on probation. We're going to put you on probation that if you have any more domestic violence charge, then we're going to give you, this is your punishment that you'll receive. They don't do that. They just said, here is your punishment for the next year. Now, of course, he's going to appeal it, but why go to that extreme? I mean, just the fact that
Public pressure.
Huh?
I mean, public pressure, which it can be a good thing if it's used properly.
Yeah, but it seems like it's used disproportionate to the black man.
Well, in this case, I would say I wouldn't have a problem with what they're doing as long as they hold that consistently throughout the league for all.
Right, right.
Not just him, not on just on this issue, but if they're going to succumb to public pressure, if they're going to take the the steering wheel from the justice system and say that we're going to determine where it's going, then you need to do that for all similar incidences within the NFL.
Right. I mean, he's gone through the justice system, and that should be enough. Just the thought of that, you not just your livelihood, but your freedom is being taken away for a period of time. And just being able to, okay, I've done wrong. I didn't know I got whooped. And in my opinion, John, I believe we talked about this before, but I think that the government should stay out of, unless this child was abused to where he needed, there was a life-threatening, you know, it has to be life-threatening. They talk about that he spanked him with a switch. They call something, you know, something.
I had to go get home.
Me too. yeah. You know, said that, you know, his scrotum was bruised or whatever. I don't care. What did the child do? That's the question I would want to know. What caused him to have to spank his child? And so, because what if I caught my child playing with the socket and I told him to stop? Don't do that again.
You got to cut that tail.
I'm going to cut that tail, sure enough. And I won't use the word tail, but I'm going to cut that tail because I don't want him to do that ever again. And I believe, and which we don't have all the facts, we don't know why Adrian Peterson beat his child with how he beat him. We don't know why, but you don't beat your child. When you spank your child, John, you got a son, you don't want to. But you're doing it because you love your child and you're protecting your child.
Exactly right.
You know,
exactly.
And look, this boy that's his son, and growing up in Black America and our fathers.
I would have been happy to go get the switch to get the tail cutting because that meant that either my mom or my granny was doing it.
You don't want that.
Let's not get daddy.
You don't get daddy to do it.
Daddy gonna pull the the closest thing to his hand.
Right. You know, so I just find that the NFL is wrong. I don't think that Adrian Peterson should be suspended, and they say the suspension is indefinite.
Well, it's for the balance of the season.
But they don't. You know, they say he can apply for reinstatement in April. So applying for reinstatement in April does not guarantee you coming back in the NFL.
He's guilty to proven innocent. That's how it normally is.
Yeah, sure.
For black males in America.
Oh yeah, sure enough. You are guilty until proven innocent in America, and so I just think that is wrong for Adrian Peterson. And this is the part when we're dealing with our justice system, as we are right now. We're dealing with our justice system. You not only have to deal with the justice system that's set up, you also Adrian Peterson now has to deal with a justice system, a pseudo justice system that's in an NFL.
Sure.
You know, this is not. I mean, where's his due process? He's already went through the process with the justice system.
He's never gotten due process.
He never
it's the same place that the rest of it is non-existent.
Yeah, sure enough. You know, but I hope that he wins his appeal, because this should be appeal, and you know, like you say, hey man, just double jeopardy. You punish me. I've already been punished, and if I'm not being incarcerated, I should have a right to earn a living.
Here's the ironic thing: that a father who loves his child, who takes corrective measures to make sure that that child stays out of trouble, stays out of the hands of the penal system, he gets penalized by being not only taken away from his profession, but ridiculed,
Oh, that's
the loss of income.
Right.
But yet, let's take a Ferguson, and let's take the fact that a policeman can go as far as killing someone's child. And there's a whole hoopla as to whether or not he should be even indicted, suspended from the force. Like many of the other incidents that's happened throughout the country, where you have someone who's not connected, not trying to do it within love, but trying to literally punish and kill somebody, and yet they get not only more rights, but they get more consideration than the father who's trying to correct the child so that he doesn't end up in the penal system.
And many of the kids that are in the penal system, many black men are in the penal system, the vast majority grew up without having a father to lend that hand of correction.
And as a result, they don't respect authority.
They don't respect authority. And here it is, Adrian Peterson is trying to give authority to his child.
Yeah, to learn how to respect authority. Because if he doesn't do it, what happens is he's going to end up in the penal system, and then, hey, nobody's complaining about that, because once we end up in a penal system, so many contracts are connected. People are now making
money off of it.
People are making money off of that same child in the penal system.
Yeah. So when that child grows up, and look, heaven forbid that child is incarcerated, and they're going to look back at, well, how was his upbringing? Well, I was trying to give him an upbringing when I put that switch to his behind, but you guys told me I can't do that no more.
It can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. All right, look here, man, I've seen it. You know, look at the prison system. In 2017, 51% of the prison will be populated by black people.
Yeah, seen it. Hey, listen, I've been in a similar situation.
Yeah, that's right. With your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, hey, it is what it is. That you have to, unfortunately, sometimes you're forced to decide whether or not, as a parent, you feel that what you know is in the best interest for the child. And legal will get you in trouble. And so, do you decide to do what's right for your child? Or do you try and appease someone who may not have a child, may not even understand what it takes to raise a child?
Right. All right. And Adrian Peterson, he said, look, I was raised this way. Here you got a premier running back, had no issues with the law as far as I understand. He's not locked up, and he's trying to do the right thing by his child and how he was raised. And you have a problem with how he was raised, then you take that up with Adrian Peterson. But he's raising his child the best way he knows how.
And I bet he still loves his father.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the same that happened with Minister Creflo Dollar. When
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
there's another black man trying to
Trying-
correct his child, maintaining respect, and no matter what you think about him professionally, you have to say that, listen, I stand behind this brother because
Yeah.
what he's doing is right. These are his daughters that are mouthing off, that's doing the wrong thing, and he has an obligation to them to correct them.
Look, he's responsible for those children and how they, because if however those children are raised up, they're going to be looking at him.
And later they're gonna be resentful towards that parent to say, listen, you didn't love me enough to correct me, to keep me out of jail. Why not?
Right, absolutely.
Particularly when they look at the others and they see that there's a disparity between the parents who love their child enough to correct them and those who go to jail because they lack that correction from a parent.
Right.
You know, it reminds me of a friend of mine who came to stay with us, and my mom was fussing at him, and
So is this the knockout one?
no,
Okay.
and he was standing there. All he could do was to not laugh, but he was enjoying the fact that someone cared enough about him to make him do the right thing,
Right.
and who had enough concern to fuss at him to let him know that, hey, listen, I don't approve of that,
Right.
because that was something that was lacking before. So no matter what the child thinks right then, you're not trying to appease the child right then. What you're trying to do is affect the future for that
Right.
child.
Right. And that too many times that our parents today are trying to appease the child and not considering the future of that child.
They don't need a friend, they need a parent.
But John and I are in agreement that we don't think that Adrian Peterson should be punished the way the NFL is carrying out this punishment. We want to thank you again for watching this video. Please subscribe to this video as we bring you future videos involving our justice system and on social issues. Please visit our website www.jfrinc.org. Again, this has been another edition of The Naked Truth.